Hey guys, it's me, Bunny, and today's been another not great day for me. And so I was going to just stay in and maybe clean house. It's beautiful outside, and I wanted to talk a little bit. So I thought, well, if I'm going to talk, I should at least brush my teeth. So I brushed my teeth, and I thought, well, if I'm going to brush my teeth, I should at least put on a little makeup. So I'm going to put on some makeup while I'm talking to you. And sorry that I'm putting on makeup, but I'm feeling a little better. Just doing one thing, putting one foot in front of the other, one step at a time, is making me feel a little more like I can face the day. So let me talk. Um, So I told you that I've been dealing with depression lately, and I did get a doctor's appointment, and the doctor's prescribed an antidepressant, and I'm hoping that it'll help. I've taken it for 2 days, and I feel like when I take the medicine that I have taken a pill of electricity. That's what I feel like. I feel like I've taken a dose of electricity because it makes me feel jittery and like I've got sparks running through me, and like I have even in my head. I feel like I have sparks in my head. It's not a great feeling, but I'm going to give it a few days and see if it doesn't help. And I don't know. Today is a rodeo, and I had wanted to go last month to the rodeo, and the day of the rodeo it rained, and so we didn't go. My boyfriend goes, we'll go next month, because he knew there was one this month, which is today and tomorrow. So then he got a job, and he works in the afternoons after he gets finished with his regular job. And I said, so you're going to be working tomorrow, so that means no rodeo, right? And I said, it's okay. So today he decided that he didn't think that they were going to work today. Maybe they would do it all tomorrow. So that means that there's a possibility I'll get to go to the rodeo today. So that's why I'm putting on makeup, just in the event that something decent may happen today. I don't know. But I have to feel good that at least I'm getting help. At least I went and tried to find somebody who could help me. And they're trying to help me, and maybe the medicine will help. I don't know. It might take a little time. She said it was fairly quick acting. It's Cymbalta. And I was already on a couple of mood stabilizers. And so maybe if I can lift the depression and then get it stabilized, that would help. We'll see. What I had on my mind today is the fact that I've been doing a lot of praying. I told you the other day, and I've been doing a lot of crying, and I've been asking God to talk to me. And the really weird thing is that today on Facebook there was a verse from Kings, and it says, I've heard your prayers, and I've seen your tears, and I've heard you. And I don't know, it just made me feel better. It made me feel like maybe, okay, the truth is I felt like God wasn't listening, that he wasn't hearing me, that he was just letting me flounder in my suffering, and that made me feel like maybe that's not the case. Maybe he is hearing me. Maybe he is aware of the struggles that I'm going through, and he is going to make it all right. He is going to heal me. So that made me feel better. Going to the lake has been helping, using my skills. Going to the lake and focusing on the things that I do have, my gratitude, that always helps. a long time ago when I was at work, I would think, well, even when the days were rough at work, I would think, at least I'm not a roofer, because to me, roofing would be one of the hardest jobs that there is, especially in the summer. Have to climb up on those hot roofs and carry those heavy bales of I don't know what they're called, packs of shingles, and I just always thought that was a really, really hard job. And I would always think, well, at least I'm not a roofer. At least I'm not a roofer. And then as it got farther along, when I would have rough days, I would think, I'm as healthy as I've ever been. I'm as young as I've ever gonna be. Um, if I get sick, I have good insurance, and at least I have a job. I have income, and I could start naming those things. My kids are healthy and happy and grown, and that helped me. That helped me some to focus on those things when I would run into a rough patch. To focus on the things that I had positive in my life. And the list was very small in the beginning. I remember thinking that it was basically those things: that I had my health, that if I lost my health, I had insurance, and that my kids were raised, they were happy and healthy and educated, and that I was as young as I was ever going to be. So that helped some. Then I learned to make an actual gratitude list in the mornings, and it started my day off great. In the mornings, if I would sit down, and I haven't done it in a while, that's my bad. If I would sit down and actually make out a list of things I was grateful for. Some days it would be things like the fact that I've got all my body parts and that they all work like they're supposed to. It would be things like that I've got my sight. That I've got my hearing, just the fact that I can breathe without having an oxygen tank, that my stomach works, I don't have to have a colostomy bag, those sorts of things. Those some days were good things, and then some days I would focus on people in my life. The fact that my mom has always tried to support me and be a good mom. The fact that that I was never physically abused. I wasn't. I mean, I've heard horror stories of people have had really bad situations, and I didn't have that, and I'm thankful that I didn't have that. And then I would think about my boyfriend and how supportive he's been. I've told you about that, and I would think, I'm thankful for him. I'm thankful that my children were born healthy and whole, and didn't have handicaps or mental defects. And the list could go on and on and on. But I would try to limit it normally to a page, which was, depending on the book that I was using, was 13 to 25 long. And it would get to where I could easily fill up the page. When I start to stray away from that, I start to kind of have problems. And lately I haven't been working on my gratitude list. And lately I've been trying to come up with my few things that I'm grateful for. And I think that it would probably help me if I did go back to doing the gratitude list, because it makes a difference. It makes a difference when you focus on the things you do have. Number one, you're not focused on the things you don't have. But when you focus on good things, I think there's less space for you to focus on negativity in your life. And not that I have that much negativity, because I really don't. And that's the one thing that bothers me about my depression. I feel like I have a really good life, and I think, if things are going so well, why am I depressed? I don't know why I'm depressed. Everybody has a cross to bear. Everybody. And apparently this is just mine. It's just something that I have, something I have to deal with, and probably something I'm going to deal with off and on for the rest of my life, because I've been dealing with it off and on as long as I can remember. But if I can stay focused on the positives, on the positive things in my life, it does seem to make it a little bit better, a little bit easier. And I know we all have positives. I know it could always be worse. It could always be worse than whatever it is that we're facing. It could always be a worse situation. Even I know I say flat tire a lot. Let's say you're having a flat tire day. At least maybe it's not raining, because I had a flat tire one time in the rain, and that is miserable. That is a miserable day when you're having a flat tire in the rain. It's a miserable day. Or maybe you have a flat tire and you don't happen to have a jack, which I don't have a jack in my Jeep right now. So it could always be worse. It could always be worse than whatever it is. And if we can focus on the positive, or if I can focus on the positive, it seems to help. It seems to help me. Again, I guess it's perspective. It helps me regain my perspective on, sure, it may feel bad right now, but you've still got all these positives. And just like now, putting on the makeup, I feel like, okay, maybe if I can fix my hair and put on some lipstick, maybe I could go out and face the day. And an hour ago, I didn't feel like I could face the day. An hour ago, I didn't feel like I was even going to be able to do much off the couch. I thought, maybe I could straighten up the house a little bit. But today, and like I said, the sun's shining. It's beautiful outside. Maybe now I can face the day. Even if it's just for a few minutes, even if it's just for a little while. Maybe if I can just get one thing accomplished, at least I'll have a sense of accomplishment and I'll know I've gotten one thing done today. So if you're having a bad day, I know I've talked about the triangle, the thought, feeling, and action triangle. And I guess my actions were not the actions of a depressed person. I was acting like a person like I would normally be, get up and get ready and put on makeup. And so it has changed my feelings and my thoughts are not as depressed. And I'm not feeling as depressed. And I feel like, yes, maybe I can go out in public today and get something done and at least have one accomplishment under my belt today instead of wasting one entire whole day of my life just giving in to depression. So I hope that helps today, and I'll talk to you again soon. Hopefully this depression will get better and I can start talking about more upbeat things. But thanks for being with me. And if this helps you at all, please let me know. And thank you, Sarah, for commenting on the last one, because it's nice to know that somebody else understands what I'm saying and what I'm going through and can relate. Y'all have a good day. Bye.